From high atop the battlements of Castle Curmudgeon, where we love charitable giving almost as much as we love slaying our enemies in battle. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America and all ships at sea. Welcome to the program, a very special program, because we are here to do some good in the world tonight. This is the first annual Curmudgeon's Charity Celebrity Broadcast Telethon Martha's Vineyard Relief for the Cure. Yes, I added for the cure because charities are always better when you add for the cure. If you want to know what you're watching on your screen, look at Robert Conrad. Look at that magnificent slice of masculine virility. I grew up in a world where that was the ideal of manhood right there. Look, he's got his shorty shorts on. He's got it. You want to come participate in this athletic contest, Robert Conrad? Yes, I do. Let me set aside my martini and my cigarette, and I will be right with you. In any event, this is Battle of the Network Stars, 1976. This was a thing that used to happen back in an earlier age, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, back when in the television off season, they didn't have anything to show, so they got all the stars together from their shows and they said, go do some stupid athletic contests and we'll film it and maybe it'll get ratings. And sometimes it did. It was more popular than you might have expected. But setting that aside, we are here for a somber and very important purpose. There are people suffering tonight who are more fortunate than ourselves. And we can't live with ourselves, can we, if we turn a blind eye to human suffering, like what is happening tonight in Martha's Vineyard. So I hold here in my formerly nicotine-stained fingers tonight's celebrity guest list, the cavalcade of star power that we're going to have in the second hour. I'd love to share them with you, can't do it just yet. First, we are going to focus on doing a bit of good in the world, and for that, I am joined by everyone's favorite large furry hominid, Caucasian Sasquatch himself. How are you this evening, sir?
Fantastic. How are you?
Fantastic as well. Glad to hear it. I'm hopeful that we can bring some joy into the lives of people who could use some joy tonight,
right?
Like the people of Martha's Vineyard who have been just ravaged this week by a series of catastrophes that I don't think any of us could scarcely imagine undergoing ourselves.
I thought we were here for the immigrants, but it doesn't matter. Aren't they all one world?
Yes, we are all one world. All immigrants are welcome here. No human being is illegal. Diversity is our strength. What's the next catchphrase? I lost my list. Damn it.
You know the thing.
This thing's going to hell already. Damn it. Forgot my list of platitudes.
Right. Pretty sure I left mine.
I bet you would like the celebrity guest list, wouldn't you?
I'm not sure, man.
Well, you're not getting it just yet. In any event, I know you are champing at the bit to hear the names on the list. Jim Eagle has been working the phone lines like a man on fire for the last 48 hours, but I can't share any of it yet. I can share the phone number though. We're not doing any GoFundMe shit. We're not doing any fancy internet nonsense. We are going old school. This is a telethon. It's got telethon in the name. So we're doing this on the telephone. The number you can call if you want to generously give to the people of Martha's Vineyard is 1-800-2772-6348. That is 1-800-ASK-BANDIT. And operators are standing by right now. Light up those phone lines. I've got all my kitchen wenches manning phone lines, and they're sitting there doing nothing. I don't want to see them sitting there doing nothing. Do you, Sasquatch?
Kinda, depending on what they're wearing. I mean, I don't really care what they're doing.
Well, a couple of them are pretty hot, if we're being honest.
Aren't we all? If we're being honest.
No, I didn't mean to insult the other three of you.
Right?
I'm sure you'll make some man a lovely wife one day,
Got to get her trained up, right?
or an average wife at any rate,
Possibly even a good wife.
possibly even a good wife.
What would
But you're
that
doing a
look-
magnificent job with that telephone, sweetheart. This does not look like Battle of the Network Stars. This looks like a fucking
doesn't.
YouTube ad.
Looks like a whole bunch of ads. I was actually thinking about doing a whole show based around YouTube ads. Just sit
That's
down
not a
and
half bad
scroll
idea.
through. Yeah, no, just scroll through and check out all the different people I've hosted and see what ads play on their channels. Do you have any idea? I don't.
Nah.
Thought about it.
The only ads that have ever played on my channel are ads that play on things I'm playing in the live stream. Like that just happened right now.
But you do have ads.
Yes, I do have ads. And in a manner of speaking, Darlene Carr, Lynda
Ooh.
Carter. There's my girl. Ooh, Farrah
Ooh.
Fawcett Majors. Back when she was Farrah Fawcett Majors, that lasted 5 minutes. Richard Hatch, Battlestar Galactica.
Hey, 7.5.
No idea who that guy is. Ronnie Howard, baby.
Shouldn't he be filming something somewhere?
Hal Linden, Barney Miller. Love that dude. Penny Marshall.
wow.
Penny Marshall. Laverne and Shirley. No idea who that fucker is.
He's in a bunch of crap. Like all kinds of crap from about
Telly
1990.
Savalas. I met Telly Savalas once at a San Diego Chargers game, very briefly, back when the San Diego Chargers were a thing that existed.
Yeah.
Garrett
No,
Berghoff.
we are trying to dedicate this stream to all the suffering people in the world of Martha's Vineyard on both sides of that fence.
You're right, and I'm getting off topic, aren't I? I'm not being a very
Well, they're
goddamn
just
good
beautiful
host.
people. It's okay to get off topic when talking about beautiful people.
Yes, I will accept that.
Wait, is that Mr. Dynamite himself? Oh, this is going to be great.
Oh yeah, I believe that was Mr. Dynamite. Now that you mention it, Robert Conrad, baby, I love me some Robert Conrad. He was on Black Sheep Squadron in this period, if I'm not mistaken.
This could be a very different stream if you look back at the accusations that came out of this lineup.
I suppose it could, couldn't it?
I just realized looking at him, I was like, holy crap. How many people?
That's quite a rogues gallery in retrospect, I suppose.
Right? I keep waiting to see O.J. Simpson and Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I think OJ did a couple of these things, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
He did.
There's Howard Cosell coming to you live from the California coast. I can't believe that Rue Knowledge, my employer, is making me do this god-awful thing. I'm going to drink so much when I get back to my room tonight. You have no idea.
I've already finished 2/5 of Jim. You can hear him, dude.
I am so drunk, my toupee has alcohol poisoning, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Lord. That was back.
Bicycle relay. I want to see that.
Oh, Lord.
They got a lot of helicopter shots on this thing. That's kind of amazing for 1976.
This might have took place before we got a TV.
Yeah. We were late adopters on the television front too. We didn't get a color television until 1981, if I'm not mistaken.
As I remember it, I got my first functional TV with a Nintendo.
Oh wow, that is late adoption, isn't it?
I just
when does the NES doesn't the NES come out in 87, I believe, if I'm not mistaken?
Like that, yeah. Now there was a box over there, and occasionally it would do things, but we didn't really receive anything, and so it was there, but it didn't do anything. And then the video happened, and it took us a while to get on that train too. Mark
Spitz, 1972 Munich Olympics. How many gold medals did he win? 7? I want to say 7.
I don't know. Never was real big on the whole sport ball thing.
He was the guy who got all his records smashed by Michael Phelps.
Oh yeah. See, he should have saved more. That mustache knocked him right out.
And look at that luxurious mustache. You can't beat that mustache.
That thing is amazing.
There's my man, Robert Conrad, Pappy Boyington himself. I met the real life Pappy Boyington, by the way.
That's cool.
I have a signed copy of his autobiography.
Oh, there you go.
Met him at an air show, I think just the year before he died. Still pretty cool though. It's a very unique career trajectory where you go from Medal of Honor winner to prisoner of war to professional wrestling referee in 5 or 6 years.
Absolutely. What you've got.
Oh, Lynda Carter in a swimsuit. God, I might not be okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's what I call a cliffhanger.
Oh, that I know that is the cruelest cut of all.
That's an excellent cut.
Oh man. Got Lynda Carter and Carrie Fisher taught me at least 80% of how to be a young male. Penny Marshall, yeah, just leave the jacket on, sweetie.
Hey, man. All God's children.
All God's children.
Crazy. Big, thin, or slim.
Mackenzie Phillips. I wonder how much coke she was on.
Enough that she literally skits across the top of the border.
Yeah, could be. Hal Linden, never needed to see him in a Speedo, that's for damn sure. Melissa Sue Anderson, she's not bad. Little House on the Prairie.
Was she 18 at this point?
Oh, I know that, dude.
How old is she at this point?
I want to say
21?
19, 20, 21, somewhere in there. There's my man. He's going to win this thing because he's the most badass hunk of masculine virility. Oh, Telly Savalas.
Oh, no, man. Telly Savalas is sleek.
How is he going to keep his cigarette lit throughout the race?
He's so oily, he's hydrophobic.
Richard Hatch, future Battlestar Galactica. I guess he was still on Streets of San Francisco at this point. Tim Matheson.
There's
a blast from the past.
What did he play?
No, Richard Hatch was Apollo.
Yeah.
And Dirk Benedict was Starbuck.
Yeah. I'm glad you remembered that because otherwise I'd be over here Googling it.
And then fast forward to 2003 and Starbuck was a girl. I think some people are still upset about that.
I did not have a problem with that. And the person they chose to be Starbuck, beautiful.
I like that.
I wouldn't have trusted
it. I'm pretty sure someone false started there.
Does it matter?
Probably doesn't matter.
They're probably all cheating anyway. Would you consider
them all
that
out of the water and get them back on the starting block and I hope they've all been tested for performance enhancing drugs before the competition, especially Mackenzie Phillips.
That's the question, isn't it? Would it be considered performance enhancing? I mean, if they're out there,
frankly, I think that's the ideal solution for the question of men who say they're women competing in women's sports. Let them compete and then let the actual women use any performance enhancing drug they want. There you go.
I'm of the opinion there should be two classes. There should be the Olympic classes and then the free range classes where drugs are just allowed. Whatever the hell you want. Go for it.
Free range PEDs, baby. I will sign that memo.
Human peak of ability. We're talking superhuman here. We're talking about Johnny Cash sitting in a bush eating a cake. Peak.
Boom.
Right? I'm talking over the top, jumping the shark. We're going in deep. Peak.
All right, now let's not lose sight of why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to send a generous donation to the people of Martha's Vineyard, you need to call 1-800-3556-2436. That's 1-800-FUCK Joe Biden.
Let's go, Brandon.
Back to the... That one comes later, actually.
Oh, my bad. I don't mean to gild the lily.
No. It's actually 1-800-GO-BRANDON. So I'll let you slide.
We have the illustrious Swiss Miz in chat. Welcome to the show, darlings.
Hello, Swiss Miz. Good of you to join us. Happy to see you.
Yes. See, we had a bit of a miscommunication. I thought we were here for the immigrants. He's here for the occupants. I figure we could meet somewhere in the middle and keep all the money.
The good people of Martha's Vineyard are suffering like few people have ever suffered before tonight. They need your thoughts. They need your prayers. And most of all, they need your organic kale, because I heard there's a tremendous shortage right now and some people might not live till morning.
And I want you to consider the deprivations these immigrants went through getting such excellent pictures of such esteemed people as the ones that live in Martha's Vineyard. I mean,
I can't imagine what a horrific experience it must be ingressing someone else's country in contravention of their laws and then getting a free ride on a Learjet to one of the most affluent communities on the entire face of the earth. It sounds just as awful as can be. Right. I don't know how anyone could withstand it.
I mean, so much white privilege. They had to import their own immigrants. I mean, good Lord. And to think,
good Lord, indeed,
was nice enough to just loan them some. I mean, diversity is what it's all about, right?
Yes. And Lynda Carter again, man, I could watch that all day. Woo-hoo-hoo! How you doing, sweetie?
Man, talk about the greatest job on earth.
Oh man, yep. Let's watch more of this. Yep. This is the greatest live stream of all time, if you're asking me.
Right? I'm gonna swim.
I want more jumping. Can she jump in slow motion?
Passport and then come back and see if I can get a ride to Martha's Vineyard so I can get some good footage. I'm sure I might have at least as good a phone as they had.
What do you think? Should I share the guest list yet, or should I withhold it still?
I say you release one name and make them want the rest.
Okay, one name only. From the Dukes of Hazzard, Cousin Luke himself, Tom Wopat, will be joining us in the second hour. How about that?
That is fantastic, dude. How'd you pull?
Isn't that fantastic? Jim Eagle is really pleased with himself for getting that one.
You know, I always wanted to see what he would look like playing Luke Skywalker. If there's anybody out there with that AI program, let me know.
Sorry, I'm fixated on Lynda Carter.
Yeah, I could understand that.
I could watch Lynda Carter bounce on a trampoline pretty much until the end of time, frankly.
All right. So who do you reckon planned this whole thing? Was it a group of women or a group of men?
I'm going to guess probably.
Pretty sure that guy was involved.
Pretty sure that guy was involved.
We're definitely going to do Lynda Carter on a trampoline. No more discussion. Like 6
people. But the point of this program is the athletic competition. Damn it! Don't you suggest anything otherwise.
Well,
get your mind out of the gutter. We didn't watch her bounce on a trampoline for 5 minutes just for nothing. That was the very intensive physical training that she had to undergo in order to be ready for this competition.
You do know that I ascribe to the concept that all actors and actresses absorb the powers of their previous role. That's Wonder Woman. She was jumping on the trampoline.
Man, they were giving her as much face time as they could on this thing, weren't they? And why not? Freaking look at her.
Or America.
Yeah. Wait, when you see that girl dressed up in the Stars and Stripes, how in the hell can you not love America?
How can you not be patriotic? I know other people from other countries who are like, God bless America.
Damn right. And they haven't even started swimming yet.
I'm not. Remember that backstage conversation we had? No, sir.
Yes, sir.
I like your channel. We're not going to have it deuced out today. I'll chew my tongue off first.
All right. How about let's skip this ad?
You can if you want to. I like the ads.
Telly Savalas in a Speedo, baby. How many channels give you Telly Savalas in a Speedo, ladies and gentlemen?
Not a drop of water. Not a single drop of water was on that man when he got out of that pool. He was bone dry.
Which makes you wonder what his skin is made of.
I really don't want to know anymore. I mean, I welcome our reptilian overlords and hope to serve them well with some fava beans and a nice chilled fresco.
All right. Jim Eagle is in with the first report from the tote board. Who wants to hear it?
That would be me. This guy, 2 thumbs and wants to hear
$64.41, ladies and gentlemen.
Neat.
I'm not sure where we got 41 cents, but let's just go with it. Think of everything that we can buy for the people of Martha's Vineyard with that $64.41.
Half a pack of cigarettes. Hey,
MREs,
I can come up with my own. Let it drink.
Emergency batteries, maybe a Coleman lantern because those mansion corridors get really dark at night. We're off to a good start. I think we can get up to at least $614 million by the time we're through with this thing.
High hopes. I see.
I mean, if some asshole, as actually happened, it's as far as I know, so some dickhead, I don't know if it was actually someone from the Martha's Vineyard local government or just some dickhead resident, they actually started a GoFundMe. And they just said, "Oh my God, we're having such a hard time. Send us money, please." And they got $40,000 before the thing got pulled down. $40,000.
Yes, sir.
So I think we can do at least that well.
I don't have that much.
This is absolutely for real and totally not a parody.
I don't think there's any chance at all. You see, humans, not Sasquatch, but humans are inherently evil.
And
they are all
let's give out the phone number again for those who are just joining us. It's 1-800-787-9428. That's 1-800-PUSSY HAT. 1-800-PUSSY HAT. Is my co-host going to be all right?
I'm fine.
There's Radar.
The man with the master plan.
I have no idea who that guy was. There's Penny
Why
Marshall.
did it say it was Kojak?
I think he was on the show. I think he only gets to be on this thing because Telly Savalas is the host, and he was on the show that Telly Savalas was the star of at the time. Look at that freaking afro, and look at that freaking afro. That's a couple of Hall of Fame afros right there. Little Ronnie Howard, do us proud. And there's Apollo himself, Richard Hatch, who never heard of Battlestar Galactica at this point, but let's just pretend.
Yeah, there's no one still alive that watched that show but us. It's just you and me, dude.
Yeah, literally no one but you and me.
There's this one guy out in the woods over here who also watched it, but he doesn't talk to me.
See, Swiss Miss is so excited for Tom Wopat. Will you look at that?
Yeah.
You tell me my producer doesn't get the best guest. That's why I pay him the big bucks.
Exactly. I think there's a little bit for everybody in here, Swiss. I'm pretty sure.
Should we release another name from the guest list?
Can we do it? Are we there yet? Is it time?
I think let's do it.
Okay, I'm with it.
Punky Brewster herself, Soleil Moonfry, will be joining us in the second hour. So
I'm amazed you said that right.
If we have any gigantomastia survivors in the audience, you'll want to stick around for that. Because did you know she grew a big, huge honking set of tits right after that show went off the air when she was like 13? I think she was wider than she was tall at one point. Like a tiny white Stacey Abrams.
Wow. That's the most terrifying creature I've ever heard of. Not only is she tiny, she's also a Karen.
That is the quality of guest we get around here. Well done again, Jim Eagle.
Yeah,
you might be due for a raise pretty soon.
Nope. We can't afford that.
No, you're probably right.
It'd be a total waste. Besides, We fed him last week.
We did, didn't we?
Yep. He gets the other half of the can next week, just like we agreed.
You're absolutely correct. Thank you very much for setting me straight. Oh, who's going to win this relay?
The little one. Although I wish they'd have stuck around on that one a little longer.
You know, I think you should get a head start when your afro creates that much wind resistance.
You should get a handicap. Well, I don't know if he leans forward. Does it count as? Can he win with it? Can he win by an afro? Does he?
Seems like it would be rather a handicap in the swim race as well.
Yet again, you know, that whole hydrophobia thing we were talking about. Never mind. I should.
Oh, Bill Macy from CBS. I have no idea who he is, but he's gonna bring this thing home for his team.
There you
Look
go.
at him running like the. Oh, we've got a spill on the course. Oh, I hope they're okay.
He's not. He's old, decrepit, and white. There's no way he's okay.
Oh, look at Howard tearing up the track.
Wow.
Oh, he's coming up on Apollo. He's going to try and pass him on the inside. Apollo's still by 2 lengths as they come into the final stretch. It's Apollo, but it's the other dude on the outside. Oh, I don't think Apollo's going to make it, folks. Apollo is fading badly.
It's got to be.
He needs his wingman, but he's got no Starbuck today because the other guy is just beating his ass. Oh, what a bad one for Apollo.
You ever wonder if it's rigged?
I do wonder if it's rigged. I would like to think that it is an honest and honorable competition, but there sometimes I just don't know.
Oh, that's good. Am I getting stabbed?
Yeah, he doesn't look like a gifted distance runner, but Telly Savalas needs a cigarette after the race, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. I was just fixing to point out, my man, so pimp, he's walked out with a cigarette, fixing to light it. They walked up, he's like, well, maybe not right now. They're starting to crack down on that kind of thing.
Mr. Savalas, what kind of cigarette have you chosen to go with after the race?
Chesterfield.
Well, Howard, I thought I'd go with a Marlboro 100. You know, I considered the Camel non-filter, but it just seemed like it would be a bit much after running 2.5 miles. I'm going to go with the smooth draw of the Marlboro.
Nope.
Oh, what a simpler time when anybody could just smoke on TV and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah. Or anywhere else for that matter.
Even when you could actually smoke while engaged in athletic competition on TV and nobody gave a shit.
I was just fixing to say, I once went to a doctor when I was a kid who was smoking a cigar while he was up in my
There
chest.
you go. There it is right there. That's the world in which some of us grew up.
Right. The world before warning signs and idiot lights, you know, when you check the brakes on the car because, you know, you check the brakes on the car, not because you heard a little whistle.
Because it was time to check the brakes on the car.
Yeah.
Or
I'm the only one.
Or you went to the gas station, your mom pulled into the gas station, and a nice man came up and said, "How much gas would you like me to pump for you today, ma'am? And would you like me to check under the hood?" That was just what happened when you went to the gas station.
Right. Wow. Can't imagine it today. If anybody checked under your hood while you're at a gas station today, you'd be missing your catalytic converter and 3 spark plugs before you got it put.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Yes, sir.
Is it time to release another list from the
drop another bomb,
cavalcade of star-studded celebrity awesomeness?
Yes.
This is an exciting one. The star of the Police Academy franchise, Steve Guttenberg, will be joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, how about that?
That's amazing.
That is a big get by Mr. Jim Eagle.
I'm flummoxed.
He should be high-fiving himself because Gutenberg is a pretty reclusive guy, so that is not an easy get by any means.
Well, if
can't wait to hear what he's been up to.
He should be just getting off the set of Vibes when this came out.
Correct.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, the phone number, if you want to donate for the poor, destitute, wretched people of Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, is 1-800-6242-7723. That's 1-800-MAGA Squad. 1-800-MAGA Squad.
Remind me to tell you my idea for MAGA Squad.
Do it.
Don't let me. You want me to do it now?
Do it.
All right. I've got a list of about 60 previous guests in my stable, right? Most of them I'm on speaking terms with for the most part. And I was thinking out of that group, I've got about 4 or 5 that I could feasibly plug together and call MAGA Squad. And what I wanted to do was basically, I was going to edit together some Trump lines like really badly and then send it to y'all and get y'all to respond and send the response back and edit it together into something really dumb. I just want to see it. I might not even upload it.
Well, you damn well better upload it.
Right? All lines are busy, Captain Curmudgeon. What are we going to do about that? Cynthia,
I'm receiving a new update from the tote board as we speak.
Oh. I'm sure y'all can figure out how to donate something somewhere.
The clarion call has evidently been received because, ladies and gentlemen, we are at $46,411 right now as we speak. And there might be some little boy or little girl in Martha's Vineyard who doesn't have to go to bed without organic kale tonight because of your generosity.
Lamenting the children.
This is all about the children. Won't someone think of the children?
Anyone but me. I'm kind of busy. I'm doing this thing.
Won't someone think of transing the children?
Oh, I thought about it. I'm done.
Oh, there's Robert Conrad. There's my man god himself. Did he win? He must have won. He's the manliest man there.
Well, even if he didn't win, he's still a winner. Look at him.
He's still freaking Robert Conrad. How can you not be a winner when you're freaking Robert Conrad?
My man's smoking a cigarette too. Real men.
And Apollo says, Robert Conrad, how can I be manly like you? And Robert Conrad says, there's no way, son. Just stop trying. It's impossible.
Way too effeminate there, brother. It's not going to happen.
Look at this package of masculinity and try to imagine yourself achieving this. It's just not something that can be envisaged.
Welcome back, Cotter.
Welcome back, Cotter.
Sorry, I just watched that whole show.
And Robert Conrad says, I'm too good for this. I'm fucking leaving.
Right.
Robert Conrad is a straight up man god.
Right. I'm just going to go win the next event. Just get out of my way.
Yep. I'm going to have a fucking cigarette. I'm going to have a fucking martini, and then I'm going to go win the next fucking event. What are you going to do?
Have a cigarette. Have a martini.
Because I'm Robert Conrad. God damn it.
And
Robert Conrad is here for 3 reasons: to drink martinis, smoke cigarettes, and win things.
Victor. This is actually a pretty cool show. I remember catching a few episodes of it back in the day, like as reruns, and I always wondered.
Yeah, I knew this would be this would be a fun thing to watch in the background. For a comedy live stream, I knew there would be plenty of comedy fodder from this if we watched it.
Look at that mustache, dude. That thing deserves a medal on its own. I want to interview his mustache.
I think that mustache deserves its own zip code.
Certainly deserves its own telephone.
A Farrah Fawcett, baby.
Jesus.
I remember when all of my friends' older brothers had that poster in their bedrooms.
Yeah, right. I had 3 myself, and they were hand-me-downs, all splotched up like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Sometimes they were on the ceiling. They should just make this thing all Lynda Carter and Robert Conrad, like the ideal man and the ideal woman.
With occasional Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah. The two of you should just mate and repopulate the species after the nuclear war annihilates everyone.
All of y'all. See, us Sasquatch, we got names. And, y'all can try to go down there, you're not going to like it.
But unfortunately, you no longer have the Georgia Guidestones around to tell you how to rebuild civilization. So what the fuck are you going to do now?
Oh, I'm pretty sure we'll figure it out. Somebody asked me the other day how long it would take me to eat my dog in a post-apocalyptic situation. And I said, well, the dog, no, but I might eat my neighbor. And they were like, what? I said, yeah, my dog could help me find more neighbors.
This is true. Yeah, you're not using your dog to maximal effect if you eat him first.
Yeah, the dog could help me find more food, but the neighbor's just going to eat more food.
Yeah.
And we've already established we're in a post-apocalyptic wasteland and morals are completely out of the window.
Yeah, and your cats will eat you too if you die and there's no other food source around.
Yep.
Cats don't like you nearly as much as you think they do.
I'm not sure cats were ever actually domesticated. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there.
Because
I think they're not as friendly with us as we want to think they are.
No, they're not. My mother, I grew up on a little farm out in the middle of nowhere, and my mother one day decided that she wanted a bobcat. Yikes. And after making that decision, apparently a bobcat had kittens, and she went down there literally every day and smacked those kittens around till they got used to her, and then picked the one that was least vicious out of the group and hand reared this cat. And she was the only individual on earth who could get within 10 feet of it. As soon as it got big enough to get away, it went away. Not tame.
Look at Robert Conrad telling the audience how to be a man. How to be a thick slab of masculine awesomeness. Well, it's not easy being a Robert Conrad, but I try. I try as best I can. It's a heavy responsibility, but And now I'm gonna race against Welcome Back Cotter.
All right, now this guy's fixing to impress you.
Oh, look at Conrad smoking him.
No, that mustache holds extra power, right? But you don't realize.
Oh, does that give him the extra kick at the end? Oh, look, the mustache kick. You're right. Yeah,
extra power, won by mustache.
That mustache was worth a good second and a half at the end. Wow. And look at him receive the acclaim of his teammates. That's a big one. How about that? Well done for the mustache team. All right, you ready for the next name?
What's the next name, brother? Hit me with it.
Former star. Okay, maybe not star, but supporting player, team member, important team member from Growing Pains and Baywatch, the lovely and talented Ms. Nicole Eggert will be here.
Oh, let me hear it from Miss Nicole.
I was never much of a Baywatch fan myself, but I do remember
I'll be honest,
I did enjoy watching her run in slow motion.
Never really made it past the intro.
Right?
I mean,
and I'm just a little tease. One of her Baywatch castmates will also be joining us, but that name is more important and goes toward the end of the list. He's also a noted German pop star.
Oh,
if you get my drift.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's Rick Manning Day. I know.
Whom could it be?
Be still, my beating heart.
And you know, this next name is a very interesting one, and I know Jim Eagle is very excited to have secured a commitment from this gentleman. Former WWE superstar Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will be here in the second hour. How about that? He used to do that eyebrow thing that all the kids liked so well.
Yeah.
And I understand he's done some pretty interesting things since he stepped away from the ring. So I can't wait to hear what he's been up to.
I hear he's an excellent chef. He's always in the kitchen, and everyone needs to smell what he's cooking.
Indeed, they do. If you smell what Dwayne Johnson is cooking,
it's probably going to smell like Jerry.
That could be a great catchphrase. I should suggest that to him.
Yeah, right. It might even catch on. Maybe he could go with a stage name, something like Crack or The Boulder.
If you smell what the crack is rocking.
There you go. Solid gold. Call him up. Jim.
Solid gold, baby.
I kind of have an issue.
Uh-oh, we're on the golf course now.
Oh, no. Wait, you see, Cap, I know I was supposed to, like, give Jim Eagle all the money. But you see, there was this time I spent in Vegas, and I just knew, like, but anyway, I gave him $75.50 and, like, a pack of Coors. I'm not sure he's actually contacted any of these people. I think he just got drunk and watched bad movies and wrote down names.
Should I take it out of his salary?
Okay, so about that. While I was in Atlantic City, I met this lovely girl named Desiree. And I'll explain the rest after the show, okay? Just don't judge me. It's not like I'm the president's son or anything.
The following is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the guilty. Oh, there's a pretty good golf shot right there. Who was that?
Wait. What?
Oh, what? We got more ads.
Well, we got to watch the ads.
It's almost as bad as watching television.
It's far worse.
Farrah Fawcett, swing that stick, baby.
Let me see you drive it.
Farrah Fawcett can handle my stick any day.
Would you say that
choke up on that shaft, my dear?
I wish I knew more about
Hello,
golf.
Miss Fawcett. Would you like to handle my 3-wood?
Right. Here, may I suggest a bit of a wedge? Look at those wings, man. Look at that hair. Wow, I could do that.
Look at that. Oh, Lee Merriweather. I remember her.
Yes, all these people are dead.
and they're yeah, a lot of these people are dead.
Is that whole crowd there?
Oh, dead. She's on the green. Good job, Lee.
Wasn't that right before her mental breakdown, where she spent like 9 years at an insane asylum? I can't remember.
I think you're probably right.
I think this is like literally the countdown. We're in the final days. I mean,
oh, she's 10 feet from the hole. She really handled that shaft well, didn't she?
She knows exactly how to handle the balls. Sorry.
Look at all these shafts and balls.
Are we going to permit ball? Okay. All right. We could do this.
Yeah. Do your worst.
No, sir. No, sir. But I'm putting mind.
All right, you want to know who else is going to be here?
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah, this one's very exciting too, and we are going in ascending order of celebrity awesomeness here. Former Olympic figure skater and current journeyman electrician Tanya Harding will be here.
All right. Giggity, giggity. You know, for a very short moment, she was
How about that? So if you've got any wiring issues around the house that you need help with, stick around for that. Maybe she could give you the answer you need.
I do gotta say, she did develop.
I understand she does decks too. Oh, there's a good shot.
That is an excellent shot. Did she hit the ball?
That isn't it. Yep. We need more slow motion on her.
Dude, I don't know who was doing the editing.
You know, for some reason you don't see long slow motion shots on the Welcome Back Cotter guy.
And it wasn't.
I wonder
bad.
why that is.
No, I think that was the person who did the upload. They went back and jimmied it a little bit. I'm almost certain. Because it sped up a few frames on the other end. Sorry, I might have done a bit of editing today.
We've got an update from the tote board, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Jim Eagle tells me we are at 819 $463,000. How about that?
That's amazing.
So many of the kids on Martha's Vineyard are going to be sleeping soundly, warmly, comfortably, peacefully tonight because of your generosity. And I think we all owe ourselves a round of applause for that, because if we can't use whatever meager talents we possess to do a tiny bit of good in the world for people who are more fortunate than ourselves, then why are we all here anyway?
Absolutely. Farrah Fawcett. You know, I'm more amazed by her hair defying gravity and the environment. Is this pre or post Aquanet days? I mean, are we dealing with like true?
This is pre Aquanet. I don't think you get into Aquanet days until a couple years after this. So this is done without Aquanet, which makes it all the more of an auspicious achievement.
So there's still a hole in the ozone. Okay.
And I'm convinced that Donald Trump has a secret stash of Aquanet extra super hold that he bought up every remaining bottle when they were going to ban the ingredients that went into it, and he built a special bunker, and he's got like 65,000 cans down there for the rest of his lifespan.
Yeah, no, Swiss is right. I had to promise never to do my worst, just like I promised my mommy I wouldn't start a cult. Every time somebody says do your worst, I just clamp my teeth together and shake my head, because I don't want to know what's coming out of my mouth, because my brain may take you seriously.
Boy, if I had a nickel for every time somebody wanted me to start a cult, I'd have a fuckload of nickels.
Really? I've always immediately said I can't. I'm sorry, but it's been a couple of times when it was a questionable thing.
I guess it's been too long since I gave out the phone number. To donate to the poor, destitute wretches of Martha's Vineyard, please call 1-800-646-2842. That's 1-800-OH-MARTHA.
I love it, dude.
Also, coming up in the second hour, you know him as Balky from Perfect Strangers. Comedy legend Bronson Pinchot will be joining us, ladies and gentlemen. How about that?
That is awesome. Absolutely.
And we're not even anywhere near done with the guest list yet, if you can imagine, after all those auspicious names we have had already.
I keep waiting for Luke Skywalker to wander out.
Oh, I've got better.
Can you imagine it? Mark Hamill, the Joker himself.
America's favorite Soviet comic, a guy whose signature line is in Friday's video. Yakov Smirnoff will be here later.
Whoa! Whoa! Now we got the show, brother. Now we got the show.
That's what I'm talking about. And again, if you want to give a few dollars to the good people of Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, I need you to call 1-800-2868-7658. That's 1-800-CUNT-ROCKET.
Well, that's what she
Only
said.
2 names left on the guest list. The 2 biggest names of all. People might really lose their shit when I say the rest of these names. Uh-oh, they got the tape measure out. It looks serious.
That's because they need to know. Oh, yes. Another one of those powerful mustaches.
I don't even know who that is.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, he needs to use the power of the mustache. Look at those little golf skirts. Aren't those cute? Why can't girls wear cute little golf skirts anymore?
Because they have leggings. And they just walk around naked except for a tiny, thin, itty-bitty, thin. I'd rather they be silk. Can you imagine if they fell down? Like,
whew. That would be a scene, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to donate to this worthy and wondrous and worthwhile cause, the number is 1-800-484-3724. That is 1-800-4-THE-RICH. 1-800-4-THE-RICH.
1-800-4.
Operators are standing by.
Do you really make them stand? That seems tiring. You should get them some chairs. Maybe one chair they could share.
I do make them stand. They're kitchen wenches. They're used to standing all the time anyway. They have very strong legs.
So this is like time off for them.
Yes. Yes. This is their leisure activity on a Sunday.
Ah.
Ooh, Reggie Jackson highlight reel. Mackenzie Phillips.
I just keep flashing back to Telly Savalas climbing out of that pool bone dry.
God, in a different day and age, Hunter Biden could have had Mackenzie Phillips for his girlfriend. Those two would have been perfect for each other.
Oh, Swiss Mills are like this. I've spent the last 3 hours poaching Hunter Biden for like scenes, like clips from My Son Hunter. And I'm gonna
I saw you were watching that.
I'm tinkering with it. I'm gonna play with it. I might get a strike. We'll see. Because that man looks just like Hunter did at the time. He looks like him. He talks like him. He walks like him. I'm impressed.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, if you want to give a donation, that phone number is 1-800-4627-2636. That is 1-800-GO-BRANDON. Told you it was coming.
Did you happen to get the line for Dark Brandon as well? Because I might have got that one before you.
Dark Brandon automatically redirects to Go Brandon.
Oh, cool. Bonus.
And you know who else we're going to have in the second hour? Famous German pop star and guy who once played second fiddle to a talking car and was the star of the show that everybody just watched to see the girls run in slow motion. And a guy who famously failed at eating a cheeseburger one time. Mr. David Hasselhoff will be here, ladies and gentlemen.
The Hoff himself? Wow.
The Hoff himself. The man whose autobiography I display in pride of place on my home bookshelf, so it is the first thing people see when they enter my domicile.
Oh.
That is how seriously I take me some Hoff.
Mine is.
I knew he wouldn't let me down.
That's just me.
And again, if you would like to give and give generously, the number is 1-800-267-6677. That is 1-800-Corn Pop.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
He was a bad dude.
He was a bad dude.
I confronted Corn Pop with a big old 6-foot chain.
Don't get me started. I will write that song. I just can't carry a tune in a bucket.
You know, it never would have occurred to me how difficult that song's melody is until I decided to do a little snippet of it as a parody on Wednesday.
Oh, Lord.
I had to rehearse it for 5 minutes just to get the notes correct.
Dude, Anderson, 4'10", and like 12 forever. Can you believe it? A girl that throws like a girl. Awesome.
Shocking. Oh, what do you call that, baby? Jesus.
A preteen
That's a
trial.
shockingly bad performance.
I imagine he's roasting. I'd be roasting.
Right, Matheson, what do you got, son? Oh, we have to do it's
the
like the
pepper
Olympics
boy.
where we have to go back to the guy's hometown and hear about his childhood.
Fantastic.
Before we see him fail in competition. Uh-oh. Okay. What do we got going on here?
Apparently, he's shooting at people. This is taking a strength.
Come back here, you scoundrels.
We have an active shooter situation. We're now following down Main Street.
We have an active shooter situation. And we need Tim Matheson.
I mean, that is
unsafe. Good gun spin.
But it's totally unsafe. You ever play Red Dead?
There's my day's work complete. Get me to my trailer.
There he is.
The Quest. Who's even heard of that show?
I've heard of The Quest, but I've worked at a movie store, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, it seems like I should. Oh,
you saw it.
Pretty good for him, but he missed, and he missed, and he missed.
On some terrible show, some terrible network.
I feel like they're not taking this competition seriously enough.
I suspect you may be correct.
Radar just cheated. Fucking Radar.
Well, somebody had to. I mean, you don't think
I always thought you were a decent sport, Radar. I thought this was an honorable competition.
Well, it's straight out of Hollywood. I think Honor
but you know what?
Long before this was filmed.
I bet the audience is waiting to hear the last name on the celebrity guest list.
Ooh, there's another one? I thought we were done.
There is one more, and this is a big one, and it was very gracious of them to make time. I'm pretty sure they have to go to their grandma's funeral tomorrow, or his grandma's funeral. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will be here. Jim Eagle reached out to their private secretary. He said there were rich people in need, and they said, don't say anything else. We will find time in our schedule if rich people are suffering. So
magnificent.
I think they deserve a round of applause from us all for their altruism and their selflessness.
Magnificent. That is Jimmy Dynamite Walker. Right there,
Jimmy
buddy.
Dynamite Walker.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
You know, I'm not a gay man, but if I was.
I'm not gay, but
$1 million buy a lot of toothpaste.
If I decided to be gay, I might like the cut of that guy's jib.
Maybe. I like to laugh as much as the next guy. It's not all about the looks. After all, I plan on turning off the lights. I'm sorry. I'm going to ruin your show.
Fight me with that couple of turd buckets. Swiss Miss hitting it out of the park.
Uh-huh. Oh, she's great.
She is great. She is one of the legends.
The Hoff. Could you imagine? I mean, I wouldn't even get his.
I do have a little bit of potentially bad news, though. We've just received a memo from the California Department of Diversity, Inclusion, Equity, Electricity, and Oil, or DIEIO, as we like to call them. I understand there's a rolling blackout that's going to come through this part of the state about 5 minutes from now, and so we might get all of our celebrity appearances wiped out at the last minute, unexpected. I know that comes as a great shock and disappointment to everyone. I know you were looking forward to all of these appearances just as much as I was, but it may not come to fruition. But, you know, we did raise $819,000, so that's something, right?
I guess. I mean, I'm going to get my cut, right?
Say yes. Tell me yes. Tell me
Yes.
I didn't waste my time and effort here. And mostly, Jim Eagle looks like he's about to commit suicide because of this blackout. But, you know, we live in California. We can't depend on the electricity being on all the time.
Just tell me, has he gotten into the bottom left-hand drawer? Because you got to watch him. There's a 45 and a bottle of liquor. If he starts getting clicky, you need to check on him.
Thank you for the heads up. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm monitoring the situation closely.
Good to know.
He did such a great job securing all those celebrities too. I was so proud of him. Well, I'm still so proud of him. He is the absolute best fictional producer in the business, bar none.
He even got applause from the studio audience.
Oh, Jimmy Dynamite Walker is in the water tank. Oh, look, NBC and CBS. Nope. Oh, CBS in the lead. That was the 70s version of an Excel spreadsheet.
Right? They actually
bicycle relay.
Dude, have we got a minute for a story? Because this is ridiculous.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Fire away.
When I was a kid, we went to a weird circus thing that happened up in Atlanta. I was 8 or 9, didn't understand what was really going on. And they were doing like a fundraiser up there, and they had the Shriners out, and they had a bunch of other things going on. And they had this big thermometer thing with like how much had been donated or whatever. They had a midget in a box with a roller on a long pole that just stood there all night and raised that freaking line up. And I couldn't stop laughing, and everybody got mad at me because they couldn't figure out why I was laughing, but they didn't see the dude in the box. They missed it somehow. So I giggled.
That's beautiful.
Like I was a mad person. It's great.
You know, stopping for interviews with Howard Cosell in the middle of the obstacle course. I feel like they're not taking this seriously enough.
Comaneci?
Comaneci.
Oh.
That's right. Because it's Kathy Rigby, because she was in the same event that year. That's why they're showing that.
Hey, didn't she play Tinkerbell?
Because
why not?
No, I think she played Peter Pan.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of. She was actually Peter Pan, right?
Yeah, because they always used to have women play that role on the stage. Yeah. I wonder how that all works in the new world of constant gender fluidity.
Oh wow!
Wow, what do we got? What?
Well, you know, you got to do your
is this
Moloch impersonation?
Is this like the Detroit Tigers mascot or something?
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a Wizard of Oz thing. Okay. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's great. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, it is kind of funny.
The Scarecrow on the monkey bars.
Racist. Almost certainly.
Like they needed to pad this thing out that bad that
apparently
this was the best idea they could come up with. Because I could do with a lot more slow motion Lynda Carter myself.
If this is like, what is it, 88, 86, what or 89? This would be like the 50th anniversary.
The year?
Yeah. It was done in 49, wasn't
it? This is 76.
76. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they needed to pad the runtime.
Oh, Mackenzie Phillips. You think she can run straight when she just did 4 lines of coke? I think she actually just sniffed. That's. Don't go out of your way to make me right, sweetheart.
I hope they cut before the collapse. Right.
There you go.
And you know,
feel the coke power. Come on, you can do it.
They can hear her pulse right now.
Right?
I mean, 73%.
Heart's going 286 beats a minute.
Right. Remind me of that episode of Fry with all the coffee of what was it, Futurama, where he drank 99 cups of coffee and then blinked into an alternate dimension of high speed. Methamphetamine.
Theodore Roosevelt used to drink 2 gallons of coffee every day.
And that was when it was real coffee, not this powder puff bullshit they got in the drip machines.
Yeah, well, and a guy who was pretty high strung to begin with.
Oh,
and then I mean, it's not difficult to see why his favorite leisure activity was just chopping trees with axes for 18 or 19 hours.
Just for fun. Wow.
It's also not difficult to see why his heart gave out and he dropped dead at age 60.
Right.
You know, maybe don't drink 2 gallons of coffee every day for your entire life.
You want to get into somebody who lived a long time in a condition they shouldn't have? We should have a long conversation about Hunter Thompson. Because that man
God, yes. Yeah.
No business living as long as he did.
and still was together enough to choose to end his own life.
I mean, I guess you got your own terms when it comes down to it.
And then Johnny Depp shot his ashes out of a cannon.
Is there any better way to go? I mean, I wish I could pull that off.
I guess there's not any better way to go. I mean,
there's one better way.
I guess I wouldn't mind having my ashes launched into space like some of the Star Trek people have had done.
But okay, all right. So, plot twist. Turns out there's actually going to be a judgment day, and you show up at heaven with no physical remains, and it's like, oh well. Hashtag just saying there.
Can I go fetch the rest of me from
right? No, the commies can't be right about that part.
Out in the farthest reaches of the galaxy,
wherever it might be. Okay, so
okay.
When burn up ashes come back to Earth as a shooting star, are they burned up more? I mean, like, what happens to the already burned up ashes as it's burning in?
It's just like refried beans.
Oh. Well, that's going to leave a stain.
That is going to leave a stain indeed.
Mm. Wow.
Oh, here's Apollo again.
Right.
Now look at the crowd.
It's amazing how many
on for this thing. I mean, they really planned this well. I mean, look, they've got all the stands set up, and wow, it totally doesn't look like something they just threw together in 5 minutes.
Absolutely not. There's no way.
Oh, look at Apollo navigate those monkey bars. That's a thing of beauty.
Ooh.
Owning it. Look at that water hazard. Ooh, that's a 6-foot water hazard at least. Whew, that's treacherous.
Almost long
jump. They have good insurance.
Right.
Almost long jumping.
Almost long jumping. Yep. Need to tell you about my Marine boot camp weekend I used to do. It's a good one. It's not fit for YouTube though. I can't do it right now. I'll tell you after the show. Give me like 10 minutes.
Oh, do it anyway.
Love it. Do it anyway. Okay. So
yeah,
I was growing up. We had these, When I was growing up, we had these Marine boot camp weekends. Marines would show up and they'd get volunteers. Everybody go out to this place where they had a bunch of hay bales set up like an obstacle course, and they'd run you through the obstacle course, wake you up the next morning, run you for a few miles, and basically sleep deprive you for 3 days and then send you home. I was so bored that I went on 3 of these.
Yeah.
And so the 3rd time I went, when they got everybody in formation and started running us, they asked if anybody knew a cadence, and I said I did, and so they told me to fall out. When I fell out, the first thing I said was, "I wanna be an airborne ranger," and I got fired immediately and forced to do push-ups until I barked.
Oh! I don't know, but I've been told Eskimo pussy is mighty cold.
Well, that's what she said. Robin Bud. Remains to be seen if he will run for a second. No, it doesn't. You see, the spell will end at midnight
Right.
on January 1st, 2024. He will cease to be a corporeal form and will take his place in the heavens with the stars.
Well, I think we're just about finished here. We've raised $819,000 for the poor, wretched, destitute people of Martha's Vineyard. And do you have anything else that you want to say in parting, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. It's been a wonderful time. I've had tons of fun. Can't wait to do it again.
And we're going to be back here next year. You know why? Because we are not going to forget about these people. This isn't just going to be a one-time thing where we can draw attention to ourselves and make ourselves look altruistic and charitable. We are going to be back here next year and the year after and the year after and the year after, because we are not going to forget about these people. They are going to be in our thoughts and our prayers every day, and we are going to make sure that we help them overcome this tragic challenge that they have had foisted upon them by the evil, 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 evil governor of Florida.
Hello, Mr. Bean.
And with that in mind, thank you very much indeed for watching. Thank you for donating. I'm sorry that the government of California has put the kibosh on the power for the second hour and we can't have all of the celebrity appearances, but what do? You
soldier on.
You manage as best you can. You soldier on as best you can. And you do what you can with what they give you. So have a pleasant tomorrow. See you tomorrow night. Do not comply. Get off Sasquatch's lawn.